guys, we are out here preparing this bed for the green beans. So let me show you what I've got going on. I'm going to be spacing these 5 inches apart, because on the package it says anywhere from 5 to 6 or 4 to 6 inches. So we're going to space each hoe 5 inches apart. I had to get the start of the rows, and you guys seen how I spaced those about a foot in offsetting the rows. So let me turn you around and let me show you what I'm going to do. See how the rows are offset. In each row, these are going to be 5 inches, and then 5 inches, and then 5 inches. So I'm going to set you guys up, and then we're going to get to burning the holes, and I'll show you what bush beans I'm going to be planting.
Lightning strikes by my window, hits my chest right in the morning, like a warning. Could have slept here for days. I felt your heartbeat, felt your mouth breathe, but it's not real. We were close to see the sun, but clouds got in our way, and so
Alright, you guys, that is how I burn the hose in these black plastic. It is really time consuming, but you only have to do it one time, and then it lasts us for years. So before any of you guys start asking me what it is that I use to make the hose, it is this guide that my husband made me. On the little hoe, it's a 3-inch round, and I use that for seeding any plants that I do seeds with, like okra, squash, green beans, anything like that, that is direct seeded. On the bigger hoe, it is a 4-inch hoe, and I use this one for the seedlings plants that I have in like 3- and 4-inch pots. The reason I have to use the smaller hoe for seeds is because if I have the bigger hoe, by the time the seeds get up and are big enough to shade out any weeds, the weeds would grow, and then I would have to constantly be trying to weed the hose, which you've seen some of my beds here that are in ground that they have grass and weeds growing up because there's nothing in the hose. So that's the reason why I have 2 different hoses. The smaller one is for seeds, and the bigger one is for seedlings. And my husband just used a piece of plywood and a little 1x2 for me a handle. That way I wouldn't burn my hand, but I still kind of push on it. So this comes in handy. I'm not the best on keeping straight lines, as you can tell on some of those, but I do like to be tidy with my garden, so it's really easy to make, you guys. So what I'm going to plant is bush beans, and a lot of these I have not tried before, so I'm kind of really looking forward to doing it. The first one I'm going to do is a red swan bean, and these are from Hudson Valley. Isn't that beautiful? I love their packaging. And then the second one, I have no idea what the name of this is. I got these free at the Shindig last year, so I really want to try them and see how they are. These are also a bush variety. And then I have just a Kitchen King garden bean from Burpees. And then I have a Royal Burgundy bean. And then I just have the regular Blue Lake beans. So I'm really excited about trying these different varieties. I'm not for sure on how I want to plant them. I don't know if I want to do like all the red in one straight line on the bush lake, or what. I kind of was thinking like if we did it in sections, so I'd probably have to do this up in 4 different sections, or 5. There's actually 5, so 5 different sections. So I think that's what I'm going to do since I don't have 5 rows. So let's get these planted, you guys. The first beans I'm going to plant are these, just because I think they're beautiful. And how I'm going to plant them in the hoes is I've got my little dibbler, and I'm just going to make a hoe and drop the seed down in there. So let's get these planted. How beautiful those are. You guys, I have this all done. I'm just going to show you what we have. This block right here is those really pretty beans. And then the next block are the Blue Lake beans. Let's throw this block right here, and then there's a block here, a block there, and a block there. So the next block is the Royal Burgundy. And then the next block is the Kitchen King. And then the next block is the Red Swan. So most of the green ones, they have about 15 beans of each, and then the red ones are about 14, 13 each. So we have quite a bit planted. But what I want to bring you guys along now, the next thing I'm going to do is I am about, I don't know, 3 weeks behind planting my potatoes, which again, we're not staying on schedule, but that's fine. But what we're going to do is I'm going to bring you guys along while I broad fork my ground, and then I'm just going to put the potatoes in there, and then I'm just going to put hay over them. Last year I did this and I had great success. Granted, the ground was already kind of like cleaned up because I had my chickens in here and they cleaned up all the grass, but I didn't till last year. All I did was broad fork, put the potatoes down, and put hay down, and then every so often they would get big, and then I would put more and more hay. I think I covered them like 4 or 5 times, and I got 2 5-gallon buckets full of potatoes. And I actually, some of the potatoes that I am planting today are some of the potatoes I had left over from last year. And I had a bag of store-bought potatoes that are sprouting, so I'm going to use them too. So we're going to just do this again and see how good it is this year. I wanted to do it again this year like I did last year because I didn't really bring you guys along to do it, like, you know, give you updates. And so this year I wanted to be able to show you start from finish and give you updates along the way. That way maybe I can be inspiring you to do the same thing. And it's super easy. It's no work at all. So let's get to broad fork in the ground, and then we will put the potatoes on top. Alright, you guys, this is the potatoes that I had from last year that I dug up. And I'm not going to be cutting them because they're really small. That's why I saved the really, really small ones. But look at that. They've got lots of good growth. So we're going to get these planted into the ground. I also have a few bagged potatoes. These are not mildewy, so I'm going to use these. These are also from the house. And they have really good growth on them, so this is going to be good. I think we'll have enough to do the all the space that we need to do. So let's get to planting these. I'm going to show you guys something. There were potatoes actually that was left in here from last year. I guess I missed some. And they're actually in my way because I'm going to be building beds over here for my strawberries. So I had to come in and just kind of broad fork them up. And so I moved them over here. This one's already in the ground, but this one and that one I just sit on top of the ground, and I think it'll be fine. As you can tell, I came in here and I kind of just weeded the grass as much as possible. So now we're going to broad fork and just put the potatoes right on the ground and put hay on top of them.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my...
Alright, you guys, I'm kind of having to kneel down because I don't have a better way of getting this. Anyways, I'm just going to try to make sure, see how those are growing up? I'm going to try to make sure that these are pointing up. So we're just going to start laying them out. I just lay it right there on top of the ground, just like that. I don't put it in the ground or anything.
I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me.
You guys can see that there's a row right there. Oh, my guineas are being annoying. And then we start a row right here, and it goes all the way here. And then we start going up right there, which I'll move that one over. And we're going to go all the way down here. We've got that row already coming up. I finished up that row. And then we put a row right there. And then as the back of it, there's a row of potatoes in the back that's going to connect right there. So we had just enough to do what we needed to do.
I don't feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette.
Don't know if you can tell, but it is all covered up with a layer of hay. And like I said, we will come in here and do another layer after it kind of compacts down. You just want to do a light layer on your first one. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I grow my potatoes. And this is kind of in reference to the Ruth Stout method, and I had really good luck with it last year. Alright, we'll be doing an update as they grow. Alright, you guys, we got most of the hay done, or actually all the hay. We've just got a very light covering, and whenever it rains and compacts down, we'll do another layer until it's completely covered, and then we'll just wait till it grows up and do a layer by layer. It's crazy, but I kind of wanted to show you guys too what I worked on today. This is my grapes. So I cleaned out around the grapes and I planted Gomphrena and alyssum, sweet alyssum. So hopefully those will grow good there and it will look really pretty. And then this one right here is also got sweet alyssum and Gomphrena in it. I still need to get all this stuff picked up, but it's coming along. There are my African daisies that I'm going to be planting up front. And then this right here is also the grapevine that was here. It died. This is a tree I need to cut out. But I've also got Gomphrena, and that's a mix of purple and white, and then Gomphrena around here. And I think I have purple and white right there too. Well guys, I hope that you enjoyed seeing the progress into the garden today. We had a lot of fun getting a lot of the stuff done that we were really behind on. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and like this video, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. God bless.
Every time that my mind slips, I just see my past life. Having dreams in a dream, I wonder why I carried on with the things that made you lose your mind. There's no way I can undo what I've done. Can we be strangers again, start fresh like a morning? What's so bad about that? So why won't you follow? Why won't you follow?